Hey, my name's Tay, and I'll be taking you on a quick tour of Fantasy Gambit, which is a new app that cuts the top fantasy podcasts into audio clips and organizes those clips by player so you can easily find fantasy analysis on the players you actually care about. So let's get started. This is the main feed, which has all the audio clips of players you follow. The clips are grouped by player and organized from newest to oldest, so you always get the most recent information. As you can see, I'm following a few players including Alvin Kamara, Josh Gordon, and Antonio Brown. Let's see what the fantasy footballers have to say about Alvin Kamara recently.
Alvin Kamara finished the year as the third best fantasy running back. Props to Jason. Early in the year, a big favorite of his was Alvin Kamara. Consistency rank of number 6. Okay, good games 81% of the time, 19% bust. He was great in 31% of games. He was great.
If you want to follow and learn more about other players, you just jump to the player tab and find and follow players there. Let's say I'm interested in learning more about Rob Gronkowski. I just click follow, and now anytime podcasters talk about Gronk, I'll get those takes in my feed. As you can see, here's a new clip from the CBS guys.
It's interesting that Gronkowski wasn't picked in the top 12.
Well, you know why he wasn't.
I don't know why.
Because we're not forgetting about the injuries that he has and how it can cost him playing time and fantasy points.
You can also go to a player's profile page to find all the audio clips that have ever mentioned that player, just like you see in Gronk's profile page. This is especially useful when you're considering picking up a player off the waiver wire. You can just come to their profile page and quickly binge all the analysis that has ever been said about that player to help you determine if you should pick them up. There's also a trending feed. This is audio clips of players that you don't follow, but are trending because a lot of people have recently followed that player or have listened to these specific clips. Let's listen to a little bit of this take on Alex Smith from the Fantasy Joes, who are dynasty experts.
Guys, big trade that just came across on Twitter. Alex Smith to Washington. What's the instant reaction?
I am super excited to find out where Kirk Cousins is going to go now. I think that's the most exciting part about it.
Trey, what are you thinking about this deal?
Yeah, I think it's a good deal. I like Alex Smith. I think he's a little bit underrated as an NFL quarterback.
Here's a take on Stephon Diggs from Christopher Harris.
I like the way you work it. Stephon Diggs, not a trash bag at all.
Not a trash bag. 3 of those 4 divisional round games were incredible. None more incredible than the Vikings win. I'm sorry, Saints fans, that I have to remind you of it, but then again, Saints fans have been torturing Falcon fans for a year about the Super Bowl.
You can follow players in the trending feed by clicking the plus button, and then any new fantasy analysis on that player will show up in your main feed. As you can see, now I'm getting Stephon Diggs clips in my main feed. The last part of Fantasy Gambit to show you is the podcast page. Click on any podcast to go to their profile and see all the audio clips that have come out of their podcast episodes. So if you love a certain podcast, you can come here and pick and choose which takes you want to hear. You can also find and listen to full podcast episodes as well. And there you have it. This is Fantasy Gambit. We are currently looking for beta users who we will give free access to on July 1st, which is just the right time to start prepping for your next fantasy draft. All you have to do to become a beta user is fill out the short survey below. Do it quick though, because there's limited space in our beta program. Thanks.